La STM vous souhaite la bienvenue à bord.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Metro Anarchy. My name is Fleek. Metro Anarchy is a Cities Skylines video series focused exclusively on public transportation. We find a city on the Steam Workshop, pull out all of the existing public transport, and then rebuild it from the ground up, see if we cannot improve it a little bit, and at the same time, see if we can't get the traffic to improve just a tad as well. This week we are in a new city, Bad City. That's right, it's called Bad City. I absolutely love it. Keep sending in your feedback and interaction, email, Twitter, comment. I love all of the feedback. Thanks so much for what you've sent in so far. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, mash on that bell so you get notified of upcoming episodes. I am the Metro Anarchist, so we will start out with a Metro, and since I took a week off, let's jump right in and get to building that. Here's our first look at Bad City. Let's jump right in and take a look at the public transport that it has so far. Lots of bus. There are 19 bus lines, so just over 1,500 people using the bus. Just over 900 using the metro. That's not a lot in a city of just under 169,000 is the population. I definitely think that we can improve that in this episode, and then train, water, and air all used very, very sparsely. Total, we have 2,600 total passengers per week, and again, out of 169,000 population, that is just 1.63%. In the past, we've gotten that up to 5, 6, 7%, so let's see what we can do with this. The existing metro is not terrible, but it does link up the main sections of the city. But I was thinking about doing kind of a free-form metro in this episode, because I've done a grid, I've done the spoke and wheel in the last city, Gotifen, and then as I was starting to look at this one, it really just lends itself to a grid. So we are going to build basically a modified grid metro for this city. Let's take a look at the traffic quickly. Traffic is at 54%, so it does have some traffic issues. Hopefully we can improve that a little bit with a better public transportation system. So I am going to go ahead and pull out all of the existing metro and metro stops, and I will be right back. So one thing you probably noticed if you watch my previous set of episodes on the city of Gotifen, I have stopped using the improved public transportation mod. I'll explain why. I want to do a more vanilla attempt at buses in the next episode, but I just wanted to point that out if you noticed that that has gone away. So now the process for figuring out where to put metro stations in an existing city. So what I do once I have removed all of the existing public transport is I go to the routes section and take off everyone but pedestrians, because pedestrians are the ones who are going to be riding on our public transport. Then I go in and I just start selecting roads, and I kind of see two things. I'm looking for where the pedestrians are going, number one, so you can see the route that they're going, and then the distance that they're willing to walk. Now, they're willing to walk all the way across this and a decent way up, but as you go up, you will find areas where pedestrians don't walk all that far. And so you want to space out those metros on the big avenues where pedestrians kind of congregate. So you'll notice that this route right along in here, as we go north, it stays very popular, this kind of area. So this is going to be one of our north-south spurs, and then I match them up with the big east-west spurs. So obviously this is a very big east-west route here, and I just do that all the way across the city. There's a big cross street that we're going to use. If you go to the next one, that's not all that heavy. So obviously people would walk from here over to this more heavily used route, and I then use the map mod to output a map, and then I just kind of cross-reference the map with all of these and find spots where I am going to put a metro stop. So as an example, this is a big north-south right here, and this is a big east-west right here. And so we are going to have a metro stop right in here. So I'm not going to have you watch me do that. In fact, I've already done it. So I am just going to drop into a time lapse and go ahead and put in all of the metro stations. One quick note, always want to give a shout out to Joe Boy BV. These are the metro stops that I use. They are Joe Boy BV's simple metro stations. And I use just the regular metro station and then the cross. There are a whole bunch of different patterns. I think I may have the... Yep, I've got the side-by-side as well. I pretty much only use the cross and this one. Sometimes I've been known to use the side-by-side as well. But definitely check them out in the Steam Workshop. I will put a link in the description below. Drop into a time lapse, get these stations and metro tunnels built, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of the stops and the tracks laid, and I went ahead offline and put in all of the metro lines. Let's take a look there. We have got a total of 9 metro lines. The 3 main through the main part of the city, and then 3 coming east-west as well, along with this spur down here, and then these 2 extra spurs off to the side. One of the things that I didn't think about was that the bus, because I deleted all the bus lines, the bus depot is now getting mobbed by all of the buses returning back to the bus depot. So we are going to let the simulation run a little bit and see how this metro starts to kick in. And while we're doing that, we will take a look at the clown car line of buses coming back to the bus depot. So we'll be right back to check out our results. All right, time to take a look at the results. I am pretty happy with them. If we go in and take a look at the metro lines, overall we have 3,764 residents, 531 tourists, for a grand total of 4,295 metro riders per week, or an increase of 368%, almost 370% increase. If we take a look at which lines are the most busy, we've got the north, middle, west, east, and central. So looking at the map, it is the 3 big lines running north and south, and then the north line and the middle line. This south line is not nearly as heavily ridden, and the other lines are hardly ridden at all. If we go and take a look at those, as an example, the forest line, which is this one over here, is only getting about 100 riders per week. Now, that makes sense if we go and take a look at the zoning. It's all the high density, right? The high density. So more likely I should pay better attention to the zoning for those heavy, high density areas and put in a higher number of stops, and perhaps put the lines a little bit closer in those high density areas. Traffic didn't budge one bit. So it goes back to the thing that I found out and continues to be true, which is that public transportation really just isn't going to have all of that big of an impact on your traffic overall. So we are going to wrap up then for this week, and next week we'll come back and take a look at adding back in those buses and see if we can't get that total percentage up. Total percentage just under 3% of the total population. Total population has dropped just a little bit, down to 159,190, so it's dropped down by about 350 people. But overall, we increased that metro ridership a really big chunk, 368.89%. That is going to do it for this episode. If you have a city that you would like me to feature in an upcoming episode, you can upload it to the Steam Workshop. There are directions in the description below, and then email or tweet a link to me. And when you do, let me know what you would like me to do, what specific types of public transportation you would like me to put in your city, or if you just like it to be a complete rebuild. We'll do a couple more episodes in the bad city. Next episode, I'm guessing we're going to put some bus lines back in and see if we can't get that total percentage of public transportation up. So, keep sending in your feedback, email, comment, all your ideas. Very, very much appreciate them. As always, give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell if you do subscribe so you get notified of upcoming episodes. Check back next time for Bad City Bus Lines, and until next time,
mind the gap.